Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something pretty incredible. We are decoding the absolute pinnacle of financial achievement. We're going to strip away all the mystery surrounding the ultra-rich to uncover the complete, step-by-step blueprint of wealth creation. We're starting right at the unglamorous mathematical bedrock of personal finance, and we're climbing all the way up to the boundless, world-altering visions of self-made billionaires. So get ready. We are unpacking the exact mindset and mechanics that turn absolutely nothing into a global empire.
But, every grand story, it has to start somewhere. And honestly, the hardest thing in the world is starting right here, with $0 to your name. Starting from absolutely nothing is an incredibly heavy anchor. Crossing that threshold from zero to even just your first $100, it requires a fundamental shift in how you view money, how you view time, and how you view your own skills.
And then, boom, we have this. $2.2 billion. That's the estimated net worth of technology and aerospace entrepreneur Naveen Jain. The contrast from zero is just staggering, isn't it? This isn't just about saving your pennies, it's about an entirely different stratosphere of thinking. But to truly understand how someone reaches $2.2 billion, we first have to understand the foundational gears that make any of this wealth possible.
Okay, part one, the foundation of wealth. Master the math. Phase one of this wealth pyramid isn't about private jets or moon landings. It's about the unglamorous, but absolutely vital, mathematical realities of early wealth building. Because you simply cannot build a skyscraper on a swamp. You have to master the math.
And it all starts with compound interest. I want you to think of this literally like a giant snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's super small, right? Just picking up a few flakes. But as it rolls, it gathers snow on top of the snow it already picked up, eventually turning into a massive avalanche. The ultimate advantage here is time in the market. Starting as early as possible, even utilizing custodial investment accounts from age 13 or 14 gives that snowball a massive, massive hill to roll down.
Because time isn't just some abstract concept.
It is hard cash. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer scale of the difference. If you invest just $250 a month at an 8% return starting at age 18, you hit $1.5 million by retirement. But if you wait just 10 years to start at age 28, doing the exact same thing, your final wealth is brutally slashed to less than half, just $679,000. It's a shocking financial plot twist for sure, and it proves that time, not just money, is your greatest asset.
Which brings us to part two. Building the financial engine, tools and tactics. Once the math is understood, you have to actually put it to work. As you cross the threshold into adulthood, it's time to build a fully functional financial engine.
Okay, so here are the essential gears of that engine. You need a current account for your daily cash flow and a high-interest savings account to hold an emergency fund. Think of that like your financial shield. Crucially, you need a credit card. Now, not for buying things you can't afford, but paid in full every single month just to build up a vital credit score. And finally, the whole shebang hinges on the investment account. Opening a tax-advantaged account and putting money into something like a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, even utilizing fractional shares if you have to, that sets the stage for everything that follows.
But watch out, because there's a major trapdoor in this foundation. Debt. Actually, let's starkly contrast two forces here. Consumer debt, like financing a shiny new car you don't really need, that is a heavy anchor that just drags your net worth down. Strategic debt, however, is leverage. It's taking out a mortgage for an appreciating property, or getting a smart loan to start a business. Avoiding consumer debt keeps you afloat, while utilizing strategic debt can actually multiply your long-term wealth.
All right, part three, the billionaire mindset, forging the apex. So having mastered the foundational mechanics, we are now entering the psychological stratosphere of self-made billionaires. What actually goes on in their minds? We'll take entrepreneur Naveen Jain's relentless morning routine, for example. And this brilliantly illustrates how billionaires view business. It is a war that requires complete and utter preparation. He wakes up at 4:30 a.m. to read global news and tackle the mind. Then he pushes through an intense workout for the body. And finally, he meditates to ready the soul. Because unless all three are perfectly aligned, you simply cannot fight the battle of extreme success.
Making money is a byproduct of doing things that you really enjoy doing. It is never a goal in itself. I absolutely love this quote from Jain because it completely demystifies the psychology of extreme wealth. Billionaires, they don't chase the money,
They chase the process. They chase the thrill of solving a massive puzzle. Money is simply the byproduct that flows naturally from obsessive, passionate execution. And here is another crucial paradigm shift. Only play the game that you can win. You know, the media loves to paint billionaires as these wild, reckless gamblers. But the reality is the exact opposite. Successful entrepreneurs actually hate risk. They are meticulous calculators of odds. They look at the board, they assess every single variable, and they only make a move when they know the deck is stacked firmly in their favor.
Moving into part 4, solving billion-dollar problems, vision, and execution. So how are these carefully honed, risk-averse mindsets applied to the real world? Well, they're applied to audacity. They are applied to world-changing projects and flawless execution.
Consider the story of Michael Birch. He goes from coding in his bedroom to selling the social network Bebo to AOL for a staggering $850 million in cash. But here is the fascinating twist. So the crucial point is, this mountain of money didn't bring him immediate happiness. In fact, he felt unemployed and totally void of purpose. And it drove him to eventually buy the company back years later for just $1 million, simply for the fun of reinventing it. The execution was about the joy of building, not the cash out.
Or let's look at the sheer ambition of 32-year-old Russian billionaire Dmitry Itskov. After making his fortune in online media, he poured $3 million of his own money into the Avatar 2045 project. He is actively staging a 35-year plan to literally cure human mortality. We're talking going from current brain-computer interfaces to mid-term human brain transplants into androids, all the way to uploading human consciousness into immortal holograms by the year 2045.
And you know, it begs a pretty vital question. When you look at projects like uploading consciousness into holograms, are we just witnessing mere eccentricity here, born from unlimited wealth? Or is this the very definition of the untethered creativity required to fundamentally change the world? When resources are infinite, the only real limit is your imagination. Let's move to and see how this builds. Because this untethered creativity is exactly how massive, earthly problems are solved, sometimes by leaving the Earth entirely. Take Naveen Jain's aerospace company, Moon Express. He aims to land on the moon for under $50 million just to mine precious metals. He envisions a brand new trillion-dollar space industry. But the real beauty is how he connects this to earthly philanthropy. By pursuing these massive technological leaps in space, he believes we can simultaneously create technology, like a $25 AI-powered tablet that can act as a private tutor for village children all around the globe. It's just a breathtaking scope of vision.
Part 5. The Ultimate Wealth Equation. We have journeyed from the absolute baseline of a $0 bank account, right through the vital mathematics of compounding, up into the daily habits and sci-fi level visions of the ultra-rich. And that brings us to the cinematic climax of our explainer, the absolute core of the wealth pyramid.
You know how to make $1 billion? You solve a $10 billion problem. That right there is the ultimate wealth equation. At the absolute highest level, money is simply a metric of the value provided to society. If you want to create massive, historical wealth, you cannot focus on the money. You absolutely must focus on providing massive, world-altering value.
And that leaves us with this final, provocative thought. You know the math now. You've seen the mindset. You've witnessed the sheer audacity required at the very top of the pyramid. The blueprint is right in front of you. So, what massive problem are you going to solve?